card.
I did too.
This year's $8 million giveaway is even bigger and better.
1 in 3 tickets is a winner. Plus, you could instantly win $1,000, $10,000, free groceries or gas for a year. Price Chopper's Bags to Riches $8 million giveaway. Play today.
I won $250,000, and you could be next.
Jerry, what are you doing?
Getting some fresh air, doing my taxes.
Here?
I know, right? I've got Time Warner Cable, so now I get access to tons of free Wi-Fi hotspots all over town. Plus, they've got one of the largest secure networks in the U.S., so it's just as safe as doing them on my TWC home Wi-Fi.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, you bet it is.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh, well. It's a lot of tube socks.
Thanks.
Discover how much more is included. Get the speed you need, plus free installation. Call 1-844-421-9814. Time Warner Cable.
Gentlemen, once again, we're all dressed up with no place to go.
Well, it is President's Day.
It's the Honda President's Day sales event. Get our best prices of the year on the all-wheel drive CR-V, the all-new 2016 Civic, the all-wheel drive Pilot, or the award-winning Accord.
Time to party like it's 1769.
Now bring home the new Accord for just $199 a month.
I'm thinking road trip. Pile in, boys.
It's the Honda President's Day sales event going on now at your Capital Region Honda dealers.
I really like this car. How do I know I'm getting a good deal? What should I expect when I go into a new car dealer? There's a lot of information out there. What information don't they tell us? I want to shop differently. I want to know all my options and get the facts to make the right choice. And I did. I got upfront pricing at Denoyer.
All of our customers can expect 18 different lease and purchase options, full disclosure on trade value, discounts, and interest rates. Denoyer Chevrolet, values driven.
FQ Arena on this Valentine's Day afternoon game here on this Sunday. And Roger Wiley along with Zach Bite and our special guest Daniel Loomis from St. Gregory's in the 8th grade. Here are the starting lineups to start with Maine. And they will be without Little today, but plenty of talent. Aaron Calixte, a 5'11 sophomore. Lamar Harwood is a freshman at 6'3". Divine Eke, another freshman for Bob Welsh at 6'7". And then they will start Sean Lawton, a 6'5 senior, and Isaac Van, another freshman. Zach is a young, talented team. A lot of young guys as they really start to build this program under their second-year head coach, Bob Welsh. For you, Albany, well, they're not going to change. It's been the starting five we've seen all season long. Evan Singletary, 6'1 senior guard, averaging 13 a game. Ray Sanders, 6'4 senior, averages 12 a game. Peter Hooley, 6'4 senior, averaging 12 points a game as well. And then you throw in Mike Rowley inside, the 6'8 junior forward, and Greg Steyer, the sophomore forward at 6'7". And the series lead right now between these two teams all time. We know who won the last game, but New Albany has a decisive advantage, 18-3. But that last meeting on the 15th of January, not that long ago, Zach, and Will Brown called that game the worst defensive performance by a U-Albany team in his 15 years at the helm.
And I'm not sure I'd even disagree with that. I mean, the second half, Albany's defense was as porous as a sponge. And I remember Aaron Calixte in particular putting up 14 of his 16 in that second stanza.
And we are set to go here at SEPQ Arena. We are at the late stages of the conference. It's almost tournament time in all these games for UA, with that right now slim hold on the number 2 seed are all important. And Steyer gets a quick touch, and they're going right back into Rowley, and he's hammered by Isaac Van, and it'll be 2 shots. So inside they go. They have a nice size advantage today, and go take advantage of that.
And not only a size advantage, but the strength advantage as well. And a beautiful first set. Start off with a post up on one side, snap it to the top of the key, and then deliver it immediately to the opposite post on the opposite block. Well done there schematically from Will Brown.
And right away to the foul line. Exactly what U Albany loves to do. Get to the line. They're so good there. And Mike Rowley with 2 foul shots gets you Albany on the board first. It's a three-point shooting team, a lot of guards, a lot of perimeter action by this Maine team. We'll see a ton of three-point shots, and one of them's going up right away. It's an air ball by Isaac Van, the freshman. Albany has Stony Brook here on Wednesday night. They do not want to overlook Maine. They turn it over.
Nice pair of hands there from Harwood.
And then a steal by Peter Hooley off the turnover. And then they turn it right back over as Aaron Kalixty comes up with the steal for Maine. Kalixty trying to get in the lane to Van. Nice bounce pass cross court. Now there's 10 to shoot. The ball in the hands of Kalixty. He's going to fire up a three. No good. Inside rebound to Evan Singletary. Another turnover by UAlbany. Lawton comes up with the steal. And the layup to the other end is good by Divine Eke.
And Maine comes up with that bucket because Albany is just a little bit too casual in the half court. The lackadaisical passing and nearly another one there directly leading to Black Bear points.
Peter Hooley with the drive off the glass. And it doesn't go, and we've got a foul away from the ball. And it's going to be on Greg Steyer with a push going for the rebound.
And Joe Cremo, the freshman from Scotia, is going to check into the game within the first 2 minutes of the tip for Ray Sanders.
Will Brown wants to see his team playing with a lot of energy today and a bounce-back game from Thursday night. Not that they played poorly on Thursday night. New Hampshire's a really good team. That was a tremendous basketball game. One that went right down the wire as Evan Singletary drives the right side and uses the glass to give UAlbany the lead.
Singletary's been playing well. Double figures in 3 consecutive games, averaging 16 points per game during that 3-game stretch.
Both teams here with too many early turnovers. A walking violation on Isaac Van. That was the first game that he had played when they beat UAlbany in a while. He had been out, remember, weren't sure whether he was going to even play in that game.
That's exactly right. He missed 13 consecutive contests until that game. He wasn't even on the scouting report for Albany. They didn't think he was going to make it, and all he did was go for 19 points and 5 rebounds.
And Cremo's first shot rattles in and out. And Van in transition misses the shot, and Steyer gets the rebound. Another drive by Hooley, and this one is good.
And that's a good-looking take by the senior from South Australia, Peter Hooley, who on that time there was no hang time, no double clutching. He just brings it all the way to the corner of the square on the backboard, and it pays off.
Van thinking about the three to Lawton. One of the few seniors on this team. Lawton on the baseline with a runner. It's no good. And Cremo gets the rebound. And his pass on the bounce is stolen by Harewood, and then he double dribbled with it. Back-to-back turnovers. I did say too many early turnovers going on for both teams right now.
Well, and I'm not going to make excuses for either of these teams, but sometimes these early starts, these midday starts, the noon starts, the 2 o'clock starts, you know, sometimes they can throw teams off a little bit. It's just out of your normal flow. And Joe Cremo almost gave the basketball away to Maine there. He's lucky that another turnover quickly followed.
Man-to-man defense by the Black Bears to start here. Singletary to the foul line. And he tried to feed it down into Mike Rowley and turned it over.
And it looked like Singletary got caught in no man's land. somewhere between going up for a shot and looking for a dump down. But by that time, Steyer already assumed that basketball was going up.
And Troy Reed-Knight has come off the bench for Bob Welsh, a 6-foot junior. I also see Till Gloger, 6'8" senior from Germany, in the game as well, as we get a first timeout, first media timeout. 6-2 UA on top on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
At the University at Albany.
The University at Albany.
University at Albany. We have more than a dozen Division I teams. We've won countless conference championships. And have earned our way into dozens of NCAA tournaments.
We wear our jerseys with pride for you, Albany.
And the power of SUNY.
But the uniform that matters most
of all
is the one we all wear.
We don't wake up in the morning and think, hey, I want to bank today. We don't aspire to grow up to balance a checkbook or take out loans. We bank for a purpose, for today and for tomorrow, for what we believe in and what we love. Behind every financial decision you make, there is purpose. At CEFCU, we get it. It's not about us. It's about you. We love banking so you can love life. Rate breaks, quick approvals. Apply online today. CEFCU. Banking with a purpose.
It is 6-2 early on. Albany with the lead on the Maine Black Bears here at CEFCU Arena as we welcome in Daniel Loomis. Give somebody's out there. Your mom's probably out there. Give it a little wave. Wave, Daniel. Your mom's watching. Your dad's here, who's the head of school at St. Gregory's, and Daniel's in the 8th grade. How'd you end up at the scores table?
My dad actually won a raffle here.
Yeah, he did. And
so someone thought it was actually a prize to sit next to us, which I think is hilarious.
Right. Now, your favorite sport is?
Baseball.
Baseball, but you also play basketball, right? How's the St. Gregory's team doing?
They're doing pretty well.
What position?
I'm a shooting guard.
You're a shooter. I like that. So you play the perimeter, you crash the boards, go for the rebounds, you just stand on the outside and fire away.
Standing outside the front.
I like that.
Good man.
I like
Good
that.
man. Get him up.
Daniel, it's great to have you with us. And we're back in action now against the press here of Maine. A little 2-2-1 full court press. And Singletary went right through about 3 people. Went right through 3 defenders there, Zach. I guess that's how you do it.
It's crazy. I mean, it makes it look easy. I mean, he's shifting himself around 3 Division I athletes who are getting their education paid for to stop a guy like that.
Yeah. Normally you pass the ball against this trap. He just blew right by everyone and got the easy one. And Albany has a 6-point lead to start. Kalitsky guarding Singletary, who stops his dribble. To Peter Hooley. Almost fouled by Van. Cross court to the left corner, and now the baseline, Cremo. And we got a blocking foul on Aaron Kalitsky, the sophomore from Stoughton, Massachusetts. Picks up his first personal. And there, Zach, is Bob Welsh in just his 2nd year. And you look at their numbers right now. I mean, they're 4-8 in the conference, 8-17. You know what? That's marked improvement.
Yeah.
In their program.
And a lot of times when you're trying to build a program or hit the reset button on a program, you can't measure the success with wins and losses, although they are on an uptick. But a lot of times it's about the kids you bring in here.
Sanders with the miss, but cleaning up on the glass is big Richard Peters.
And I'll tell you,
Albany up by 8.
They need Peters to come off the bench and bring something to the table. He had 4 points against UNH, which is the most he scored in 10 games.
Isaac Van, sweet stroke from the freshman, was open in the corner.
And this is what makes Van a special player, because he can get it done from the outside. He made a 3 against Albany the first time around.
Well, UA really attacking the glass and having success at getting to the rim. A 10-3 run. Sanders with the bucket, and Albany up 12-5.
But back to the point about Isaac Van, I mean, he has a little intermediate game. He can attack off the bounce like you see right now. He's terrific in transition as well.
Gloger double team down low, and they're going to call a foul. Foul on Mike Rowley. Will Brown thought it was a good double team and a good strip, but they say contact was made. As we see checking in to the lineup for Maine as they substitute. That's Marco Perovic, the junior. And here comes Cremo in transition. Little Euro in the lane and lays it in.
How many times do you see a guy steal the inbound and then go 94 feet with it? I mean, that is a unique play. That's the first time we've seen that this year in any game.
Van shot off the back of the iron, and Cremo gets the rebound. Singletary. Nice dump off to Sanders, and the reverse layup is good. And Albany cruising right now at 16-5.
Wow. That's why you run the floor. Ray Sanders came streaking down, and Singletary, with the court vision, found him.
Lawton, Gloger down on the baseline. Bounce back to Perovic. Troy Reed Knight. Perovic sets up for the three. A one and done, and Albany comes up with the rebound, but Richard Peters trying to get it to Cremo, almost had the turnover. Cremo tracks it down. And look at those spin moves by Cremo.
I'll tell you what, man. There's a reason why the Capital Region is fired up about this kid, Joe Cremo, and you rarely see him smile. It's good to see him smile. The footwork in the low post. Joe Cremo was a post player in high school, and they thought that was going to be a detriment at the Division I level. It's a complete opposite. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I mean, tell you what, it's a chore to stay in front of that kid.
And here it is again by the freshman.
And he also saved Richard Peters a turnover, who threw the basketball 10 feet over the freshman's head. He goes and tracks it down around the back, triple pivot. I mean, I'll tell you what, that kid's a special player. He scored over 275 points this year as a freshman. He doesn't even play 25 minutes a game.
Poor Marco Perovic, a little dizzy after all those spins, huh?
A little Dramamine.
8-0 run, 16-3 run by UA. And they got off to the start that they wanted to here outside of the early turnovers. They want to get rid of the New Hampshire loss and also not get caught looking ahead. I mean, it's hard not to. You got Stony Brook coming here Wednesday night, but you got it. I guess it's easier not to overlook a team that already beat you.
That's right.
You know?
No, that's exactly right. And Albany's put themselves in a position to lock up second place, but also at the same time, that loss in New Hampshire this past week makes it so that Albany has to approach each game with a must-win mentality if they have the hopes of hanging on to that second place spot.
Sanders for three, and it's good over Sean Lawton.
And Joe Cremo getting all the way into the teeth of the defense and finding the senior from Tuscaloosa in the corner.
Reed Knight throws one cross court, and those are tough passes to get through, and it doesn't. Knocked out of bounds by Sanders. Head coach Will Brown in his 15th season, trying to get back to the NCAA tournament for a 4th consecutive year. And I'm not counting out Albany against Stony Brook.
No, I truly believe, as Isaac Van knocks his second three-pointer into the first half, I truly believe, Roger, that Stony Brook does not want to play Albany again. You have to think that Steve Peichels kept up late at night thinking of Will Brown's squad.
The block by Van on another good move by Cremo. Excellent block by Van, and now offensive the other end, and he's fouled by Dallas Enema, and he'll be at the line when we come back. 11:43 to go in the first half, and Albany up 21-10 on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
The Metro Mattress President's Day sale is our biggest event of the winter. Get 0% interest for 60 months on all Tempur-Pedic complete sets. Now through Monday, save up to 50% on a Simmons Super Plush Queen set, just $549. But hurry, our President's Day sale ends soon. Remember, only Metro Mattress gives you a 1-year sleep on it guarantee.
You'll love your perfect mattress, guaranteed. Metro Mattress.
I looked into ITT Tech because I saw a commercial, so I called the school and they asked me to come down for a tour, and as soon as I saw the lab, I was just intrigued. There's not a lot of places where you can get hands-on experience while you're in school, I work at the FedEx Tech Connect Repair Service Center. I'm a senior business systems analyst.
Scholarships and financial aid are available for students who qualify. Call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web. ITT Technical Institute. Education for the future.
And with 11:43 to go in the first half, UAlbany leads Maine 21-10 here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. The rights to this broadcast have been granted by the University of Albany. Any rebroadcast or republication of this program without the consent of Time Warner Cable and UAlbany is strictly prohibited. This program is a production of Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. What are the early numbers telling you, Zachary?
Well, Maine's getting pounded on the glass. I know that. And that was one of the keys of the game from my end of it. Maine, they have some size, but they're giving up a lot of strength down there in the low block. And if Maine is down double figures on the boards, I think this is going to be a lopsided victory for Albany. And luckily for the Black Bears, they've made a couple three-pointers here. And it's been Isaac Van who has both of them, who you see on your screen right there, number 23. He's a special player. I mean, this is probably the most raw talent for a freshman in the league. 6'6", arms hang down to his knees. He can fly around. He had a highlight up in Orono against Albany, that probably #1 overall highlight of the year from the games that I've done with you. He's going to be on the all-rookie team. Of course, he may even try to capture that rookie of the year.
Freshman from Bridgeport, Connecticut. And he missed both of his foul shots, and Cremo gets another rebound. UA working against the press, successfully get it across. And Hooley guarded by Calixte to Cremo. Sanders guarded by Van. Shot clock at 10. And Enema on the blocks, backing in. Oh! Shot from the key is no good. And LeVar Harewood, another freshman. As Troy Reed-Knight misses a three from the left wing. Nice job saving the basketball by Enema. And up to an open look for Sanders, and that was well contested. Sanders gets the rebound. Shot is blocked on the inside. Sanders got it back, and this time scores.
Wow. Ray Sanders, a relentless effort there on the offensive boards. He collects 2 in 1 possession, and it pays off with 2 points for himself and for the club.
Calixte lost the handle, and it's out of bounds, and it's a turnover. And that is turnover number 6 against UAlbany as Evan Singletary comes back into the game. And Joe Cremo, really good start for UAlbany with 4 points and a couple of rebounds, 1 assist. Steyer right to the middle to Singletary. They break the press and then sets up Enema 3. That's about as picture perfect as you can do it.
That's how you run the break. And Dallas Enema is one to run out and find a spot on the perimeter and knock it down. He's now scored in 9 consecutive games.
And answering is Aaron Calixte for Maine. But back on Enema, I mean, he had I thought he played well against New Hampshire. He's really playing well off the bench right now.
He really is, Roger, and he's going to get another clean look. He couldn't put away, but you're absolutely right. Dallas Enema's provide a nice little boost off the bench.
Steyer inside for UAlbany. 2 more, and it's 28-13 as we go inside 10 minutes to play here in this first half. It'll be my pleasure to talk to Doc Sowers, legendary UAlbany coach at halftime, who was honored prior to the game. It's going to be a holding foul on Divine Eke, who picks up his 2nd personal foul. And the 4th team foul on Maine. Doc, 41 seasons at UAlbany.
And how about this, Roger? Of the 41 seasons, only 1 losing season.
Yeah, amazing.
I mean, that is incredible.
702 wins. Nice move by Hooley. Does not go, but the rebound to Cremo. Hooley getting another shot at it. Misses the 3. And the rebound to Harewood. Up to Lawton, and a blocking foul on Joe Cremo. Gets called for the foul on the drive by Lawton. It'll be the 4th team foul on New Albany. Joe's first personal.
Black Bear substitution number 25, Tim Gloger.
Tim Gloger back in, 6'8" senior. Knight from 3-point range, can't get it to go. Here comes Peter Hooley. To Mike Rowley, over to Cremo on the right side. Singletary from the outside, no good. We got a foul on Tim Gloger, working down low against Greg Steyer. And you got a women's update, eh?
Yeah.
Women's update. The Maine women are really good in a battle with undefeated UAlbany in the American East Conference right now.
The score is 54-47 with about 4 minutes left in that one. Or 48, excuse me. Albany making some headway.
Maine
but
has the lead.
Yeah, Albany's down. They have yet to lose a game in the conference, as you said. They're looking for a 5th consecutive NCAA appearance.
Joe passed to Cremo, passed up the 3. With perhaps a better shot down inside. Perovich knocked it away from Steyer, but Mike Rowley is there, and he scores. And it's 30-13 after the bucket on the low post by Mike Rowley.
There's a real advantage down there on the low block for Albany in rebounding. As you see, they're just playing volleyball between Steyer and Rowley. And I'll tell you what, this is not something that's unique to today's matchup. The combination of Greg Steyer and Mike Rowley are the 3rd and 4th best offensive rebounders in the conference this season.
Well, Steyer picks up his 2nd personal, so he comes out of the game. Richard Peters is back in. And Van has got a lot of offense, scores again.
That's a tough make. He's driving right in to the defense. He elevates. He's 6'6", and he releases it high there with almost like a floater type.
Well, Van has 8 of the 15 Maine points so far this afternoon. And Cremo working in against Van on the baseline with a hook shot with the right hand. Joe Cremo doing it all offensively here with a variety of moves, Zach.
I mean, think about what you just said. He's posting up and jump hooking with one hand. He's a 2-guard.
Van drives the baseline and scores. So he goes into double digits, 10 of the 17 points for Maine. It's 32-17. Coming up on a media timeout here with 7:25 to go in this first half. Rowley looked like he may have taken an extra step. They don't call it. And Cremo for 3 off the back of the iron. Then a long rebound comes out to Van. Calixte across the lane with the right hand and just missed. Went off the front of the iron. Singletary explodes up the floor, misses the shot, but Richard Peters is there for the rebound and the putback.
Love to see that out of the 6'11" junior from Ontario. Richard Peters hadn't hit 4 points for 10 consecutive games. Now he's got 4 in back-to-back.
Well, Calixte was wide open in the left corner, and Will Brown's like, is somebody going to guard him? And nobody did, and Aaron can do it, and he banged down the 3. 34-20 in a timeout. 6:42 to go on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
We at Time Warner Cable need to apologize to you. We no longer offer extended periods of free on-hold elevator music when you call us.
We're making a bunch of changes to Time Warner Cable, including reducing how long you could wait on hold. Now we'll even call you back at a time that's convenient for you.
But for those of you who'd miss our old on-hold music, please check out our greatest hits at twc.com/onholdhits.
There's something brand new at Mayfair Jewelers. Diamonds grown above ground. They're pure grown diamonds, exclusively from Mayfair Jewelers. They are indistinguishable from a mine diamond and cost a lot less. Best of all, we're still your earth-grown diamond source too. Either way you choose, mined or pure grown, you'll get beautiful jewelry you'll cherish forever. Visit Mayfair Jewelers in either Latham or Glenville and see for yourself.
Roger Weiland, Zach By, Daniel Loomis from St. Gregory's in the house for the afternoon game. And New Albany up 34-20, doing a lot of good things so far, Zach, on both ends of the floor. They have a little turnover early on, and they've got that straightened out. But, you know, Maine is going to continue to pump in those three. They have 4 of 11 so far. New Albany 2 of 8. And Valentine's Day here at SEPQ Arena.
And look at the rebounding margin. I really believe Maine is in the danger zone here. Down 14 and getting out-rebounded at an alarming rate for just 13 minutes into the game. Albany is plus 14 on the glass right now. We'll keep you updated on that as it continues, but if this stays on this pace, Maine is in some serious trouble.
And the fans are having a good time here today, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. It's a great crowd for a Sunday.
I wasn't sure what to expect today.
Me neither. There's a couple thousand people in here. And Roger, looking at the stat sheet, something that pops out at me as well. 24 of Albany's 34 points have come right inside the paint. So taking really great shots. That's part of the reason why they're shooting 53% from the field.
They just do not settle for jump shots. They take it inside, and Peters is fouled and will shoot 2. That's just the philosophy of Will Brown. Even against zone defenses, you know, they just don't take a lot of three. They will attack the rim.
Yeah, they do a tremendous job, and that's a direct correlation with points, because you're either going to finish, get fouled, or get blocked. So in 2 of those 3 scenarios, you'll take it. And despite Richard Peters' missed free throw, Albany is number 2 in Division I basketball. That's over 350 teams in free throws made. Coming into today, 522 free points.
Peters missed them both, but Sanders stepped in the lane and got the rebound. Rolly cross-court pass to Hooley. Oh, what a fake. A drive into the lane by Singletary to set up Peters.
Whoa. Evan Singletary's got a jab step that moved the entire Maine defense, opened things up, and Richard Peters gets spoon-fed 2 easy points. He now has 6. This is the highest point total for Richard Peters in over a month.
Oh, what a setup by Singletary, the point guard. Gloger down low, nice high shot off the glass by Tim Gloger. Good post-up player. He's a senior, and we've seen him provide this Maine team with some offense over his years. Does a nice job on the blocks, 36-22. Sanders, offensive foul. That was Van who stepped in front to take that charge. Offensive foul on Evan Singletary, team foul number 6. Troy Reed Knight, 31, they're back in the game. Perovich goes out of the lineup for Bob Walsh. And Maine needs a couple of good possessions here. They don't want to go down too much further than what they are, and they're going to narrow the gap here going into halftime. Knight into the lane. Van with 7 to shoot. Now there's 5, and Kalitsky on the baseline. Van open 3. Whoa, right at the shot clock buzzer.
This kid's the real deal. I mean, Isaac Van, I said this the first time we saw this team up in Orono, Maine, and I mean it no slight to Bob Walsh or the Maine program, but Coach Walsh is going to have to re-recruit this kid as you see him collect another block there. I mean, Isaac Van is terrific.
He's doing it all. I mean, he is their offense, and he scores again, and it's a 10-2 run by Maine, and they are back in this game at 36-27.
A couple of years ago, Maine had a player named Justin Edwards who you could just tell from an athletic standpoint, he didn't belong at Maine. Again, no slight. He now starts at Kansas State. Isaac Van sticks out to me. I mean, he is, from a talent standpoint, the most talented freshman I've seen come into this league in 4 or 5 years.
Dallas Enema back in the game for UAlbany. 17 fouls on the Great Danes, or on Maine rather, as Sean Lawton picks up a foul, and it's going to send, and that's 2 on Lawton. He'll send Singletary to the foul line. Front end of the one-on-one makes it 10-point game.
Singletary's been terrific this season. He's making another bid for first-team all-conference, in which he was a year ago. Been in double figures 22 times. He had 15 against Maine the last time they played. He's on that same pace here tonight.
Yeah, I agree, Zach. And playing some of his best basketball right now.
There's no question.
You know, I think he's playing as well as we've seen him. Lawton misses, rebound Maine, and back to Van. Lawton's going to try again on the baseline. This time his feed is stolen by Sanders. Coast to coast, and a foul on Maine, and a 2-shot opportunity for Sanders. Gets us to immediate timeout. 3:49 to go. Albany up 11, 38-27 on Fox Sports 980 and Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Gentlemen, once again, we're all dressed up with no place to go.
Well, it is President's Day.
It's the Honda President's Day sales event. Get our best prices of the year on the all-wheel drive CR-V, the all-new 2016 Civic, the all-wheel drive Pilot, or the award-winning Accord.
Time to party like it's 1769.
Now bring home the new Accord for just $199 a month.
I'm thinking road trip. Pile in, boys.
It's the Honda President's Day sales event going on now at your Capital Region Honda dealers.
I played Price Choppers Bags to Riches, and I won free groceries for a year.
I won a vacation.
Me too! I won a gift card.
I did too.
This year's $8 million giveaway is even bigger and better.
1 in 3 tickets is a winner. Plus, you could instantly win $1,000, $10,000, free groceries or gas for a year. Price Choppers Bags to Riches $8 million giveaway. Play today.
I won $250,000, and you could be next.
Welcome back to UAlbany, home of the Great Danes, and a 38-27 lead. They're up by 11. And their biggest lead so far in this game. Actually, it was 17. They're up 17. And then Maine made a little bit of a run, 10-3 run, and got back into this thing. And they've made 5 of 12 from behind the arc so far. 15 points, Zach, for Isaac Van for the Black Bears.
It's incredible. He's shooting 6 of 9 from the floor and 3 of 4 from three-point range in just 14 minutes. Anytime you're playing at a level where you're scoring more points than your minutes played, I mean, that's hard to do. And Isaac Van is doing it. And he did it in the first half against Albany earlier in the season. That exact stat. He came off the bench and had more points than he had minutes played.
Ray Sanders, 9 points to lead the way for UAlbany, and he's at the line. That's his first foul shot of the game and goes into double digits with 10 points. Ray 4 of 7 from the floor. He's made 1 of 3 from behind the arc. Sanders' second shot is also good. UAlbany outscoring Maine 26-10 in the paint, in the blocks, down low. Final 3:35. Doc Sowers, legendary UAlbany head coach, is my halftime guest. Troy Reed Knight missed badly on the inside, but the ball goes off of UAlbany.
Have Daniel read this.
Troy Reed Knight, a 6-foot junior.
After we read the stats and the commercials, let's set it up so Daniel.
Looks to get it in for Maine. and does to Lawton, and the senior fires up a three. It's no good. Sanders, the rebound. Sanders with a drive and then hits a cutting, and Peter Hooley on the baseline. First field goal since the 6:15 mark here. Breaking the drought for the Great Danes. Rowley fights for the rebound and wins. Gets it up ahead to Singletary. Double backdoor cut by Peter Hooley. This time he's fouled, and fouled pretty hard. He's still down.
And he was fouled on the last possession, too. It just wasn't called. Should have been an and one. And how about that? They get the identical play on back-to-back possessions. A backdoor starting in the left corner. Look at Singletary, gives him a little shovel pass. It was popped out there by Eke at the last second. But Hooley, not only is he a top 5 scorer in school history, a top 3 assister in school history, he's also one of the all-time leaders in free throws made, and he hangs another one up.
Joe Cremo coming back in the lineup. Evan Singletary goes out with 2:52 to go. To a nice round of applause. Singletary and Sanders and Hooley, Zach, all gone at the end of this season, and a reload for next year. See a lot of Joe Cremo next year, I can tell you that.
There's no question about that.
Nicely done by Maine as they break the U-Albany press, and LeVar Harewood, the freshman from Brooklyn, breaks the 8-0 run that U-Albany had going. Now 8-2 run. Cremo's pass is stolen by Harewood, and they do the alley-oop. Harewood tried to throw it down, unsuccessfully so. Van for three, it's no good, and with the rebound. U-Albany comes into this one 20-7, 9-3 in the America East. And a whistle and a foul. They were trying to post up Cremo. And Harewood with a foul working from behind him. And boy, they respect Joe all of a sudden on that block, don't they? Working
no doubt about it. They're trying to push him further and further away from the basket to try to lower that shooting percentage. And Evan Singletary is at the scores table to take out Cremo. Cremo with a lazy pass on the perimeter that got intercepted and almost led to an alley-oop dunk for Maine.
Joe makes the front end of the 1-on-1. Zach will talk with head coach Will Brown at halftime. And the second shot by Cremo offensively playing a very good game. Misses, but Enema the rebound. Back to Cremo, and now here comes Hooley. Starts to drive, kicks it back out to Sanders. Sanders flexes right through the lane with the right hand. And it's 47-29. Timeout Maine. So it looked like Maine making some shots, getting back into it, had it inside 10. And then another, here comes U-Albany back on a run, and this is what they do. Straight to the rim. Sanders, Singletary, Hooley just attacking the glass.
Yeah, Albany's doing a good job of not settling from the perimeter. And in these past 2 weeks, I haven't seen Albany take a lot of bad shots. And again here in this first half, a lot of really good looks and aggressive looks at the basket. And Ray Sanders' latest take being one of them.
Now, at some point, everyone will look ahead to Wednesday night, and hopefully a big crowd here at SEP2 as undefeated Stony Brook comes into town. And hey, U-Albany hopes it's not their last meeting against them. If everything stays the course, and U-Albany can finish in second and win a quarterfinal game and a semifinal game, no gimmies on the home court, potentially go back to Stony Brook one more time this season for a championship game. That's in a perfect world.
Yeah, and in 2 of the last 3 championships these past 3 years, they finished 3rd and 4th in the league and had to win the championship on the road. So nothing too unfamiliar about the scenario for Albany.
Troy Reed Knight with the left hand overshot the rim. And a whistle and a foul is called on Eke.
Team foul number 5 on Eke. That's his third personal foul.
3 fouls on Eke. 10th team foul on Maine, which means a double bonus opportunity for Mike Rowley. He's got the first one. Rowley will be out one more year coming. He's a junior. And again, for those who haven't been following closely, I mean, Mike Rowley and Greg Steyer had both been outstanding on the inside. We talk about the senior guards, but those two have been tough on the boards.
And really through the first portion of the season, when the guard play for Albany was largely lackluster, it was those guys at the 4 and 5 spot, the sophomore Steyer and the junior Rowley, that was the steady hand, if you will, for Albany.
Marco Perovic is back in the lineup for Maine as Van misses from the left side, and Hooley will push in transition coming up on a minute to go in the first half. Singletary saved it from an over and back, and Enema's going to pump a 3. Perovic inside position on Rowley, but they throw it away. Turnover as Sean Lawton tried to skip a bounce pass up ahead to Kalixki, and it goes out of bounds with 51.3 seconds remaining. Cremo's going to come back in for some offense. Rowley goes out, little offense to defensive move there. Bring the O back on, 50 seconds to go. See what you can get. Up 50 to 49-29, and what you're getting right there is just spread the floor and clear out and let Singletary do his thing. And it's 51-29. Van pump fakes on the baseline, got caught too far underneath the hoop to make the reverse. And now Albany can take the last shot of the half. Shot clock is off, final 18 seconds. Singletary with the dribble with Kalixki on him. Now there's 10 to go. Peter Hooley to Enema at the buzzer. Oh, he had the look he wanted, just couldn't make it. And a good first half, though, by Albany. Up 51-29 in front of a nice crowd here on this Sunday afternoon. Albany ends the half on runs of 7-0 and 15-2. Let's check in with Zach by standing by with Will Brown.
Coach, you ended that half on a 15-2 run. 8 different players scored. Are you happy with your performance there in the first half?
Yeah, you know, I thought our defense, for the most part, was solid. They spread you out. They drive the ball. They're hard to guard. They got 4 and 5 guards on the floor. I thought we had some communication issues at times. But, you know, we held them to 29 points. I mean, they've been putting up 90-plus, you know, every game in conference play. But the way they play, it's so helter-skelter. We want less possessions. They want more possessions. You know, they're trying to turn you over every possession, running, jumping, trapping. You know, so we've got another half to play. We can't get caught up in this half playing like they like to play, because I would imagine they're going to play even more one-on-one this half and try to drive the ball down our throat. We need to build a wall behind the ball. And then offensively, as long as we don't turn the ball over, we get 1 or 2 ball reversals, we'll get whatever we want. So we can't turn it over, and we got to do a great job of plugging the gaps. Defensively, we should be okay.
Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, Roger, back to you.
All right, Zach, thank you. We'll go to a timeout, and we'll come back with our halftime report. As Albany enjoying at the moment a 51-29 lead on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
I really like this car. How do I know I'm getting a good deal? What should I expect when I go into a new car dealer? There's a lot of information out there. What information don't they tell us? I want to shop differently. I want to know all my options and get the facts to make the right choice. And I did. I got upfront pricing at Denoyer.
All of our customers can expect 18 different lease and purchase options, full disclosure on trade value, discounts, and interest rates. Denoyer Chevrolet, values driven.
How about an animal cop con?
Maybe sci-fi?
Could we do a car chase?
Yeah.
We need an action. And
Okay, fine. We're agreed. We're gonna watch a sci-fi movie that's funny and ideally, although I'm not making any promises, has aliens.
But can you find that?
Yeah, that's very... Yeah, Time Warner Cable gives us more on demand. More than 30,000 movies and shows, most of which are free. Make it really easy to find what you want. So we should be there.
Okay, can we order Chinese?
Indian food, maybe?
Okay, I'm really into vegan right now.
Discover how much more is included at no extra cost. Visit us online to learn more. Time Warner Cable.
The Metro Mattress President's Day sale is our biggest event of the winter. Get 0% interest for 60 months on all Tempur-Pedic complete sets. Now through Monday, save up to 50% on a Simmons Super Plush Queen set, just $549. But hurry, our President's Day sale ends soon. Remember, only Metro Mattress gives you a 1-year sleep on it guarantee.
You'll love your perfect mattress, guaranteed. Metro Mattress.
So before I went to ITT Tech, I was doing a lot of different jobs. Getting an education was the only thing I knew was going to allow me to move myself to the next level. I was able to find a role before graduating. I'm a project manager for IT services. I am just glad that I made the decision to be better and to do better.
Scholarships and financial aid are available for students who qualify. Call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web. ITT Technical Institute. Education for the future.
FQ Arena, and Albany up by 22 on the Maine Black Bears. That is their biggest lead of this first half. As we welcome you back, Roger Weiland and Zach By. And Zach, for Maine, I mean, if they don't have Isaac Van in this first half, they're really in trouble. But he had a really impressive first half.
Yeah, he is just an impressive player. He's going to be on the all-rookie team. He may be Rookie of the Year, gets over 14 points a night. And the kid has a lot of facets to his game. You see him here knocking down shots from the perimeter. He had 3 three-pointers there in the first half. He can take you off the dribble. You see him finish with the floater there. He's terrific in transition. Look at him driving baseline, finishing over a 6'11" center, and then knocking down more shots from the outside. He's a special kid, and you're right. Without him, Maine would be even in more trouble than they are now, but yet still, they're still in quite a hole.
And then when you talk about Albany, all right, which senior guard is going to step it up? And it seems like when all 3 of them are rolling, look out. But in the first half, Ray Sanders was rolling.
Yeah, he's terrific, and he was one of our players to watch. Every night, he's guarding the best perimeter player from the other team. He leads the league in steals. He gets it done in transition. He leads the team in three-point field goal percentage as well. And look at the up and under there. I mean, that's just pretty. And knocking down shots from the outside. It was a terrific get when they got this kid out of junior college 2 years ago. The Tuscaloosa, Alabama native has provided stability at the small forward position for Albany, and he's a big reason why they cut down the nets a year ago.
So safe to say, at least from the first half, that the mindset for Albany trying to bounce back from the Thursday loss, not get caught looking ahead to Stony Brook showdown game here at CEFQ on Wednesday, looks like they have been in the right frame of mind.
No question about it. Singular focus, all about Maine, and I think it helps that this Black Bears team knocked Albany off about a month ago. I think there was still a bad taste in their mouth from that game. They think they should have 21 wins at this point, not 20, and you see them taking that out. 51 points in the first half. They're on pace for over 100. You take that scenario 10 times out of 10.
But Maine's not going to change their style or tempo in the second half. They're going to keep coming at you, Albany, and continue to try to make three-point shots.
Yeah, and a credit to Bob Walsh and the staff that he's put together and the kids that he's brought in there. They're a relentless bunch, and Albany's got to make sure that they don't take their foot off the gas and they stay fully engaged here in this latter 20 minutes.
All right, Zach, when we come back, we'll bring on the legendary Hall of Fame coach, Richard Doc Sowers. And he was honored before the game, and we'll talk to him at halftime. 51-29, Albany on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Life is risky. So, our gaps in your insurance. Call Farmers Insurance, James O'Brien Agency, and get covered.
Yeah. We are farmers.
Thanks for making us the #1 Ford dealer in the capital region. And here's why, folks. The new Escape, $179 a month, will lease that. Or would you like the new Fusion? There it is, $179 a month. Stop down to Orange Motors today and pick out your new Ford. No gimmicks, no trinkets, just a good deal. So come on down to Orange Motors today and pick up your new Ford.
Honey, you gotta see this.
Time Warner Cable now makes your internet do more.
Honey! Honey?
Our ultra-fast internet with home Wi-Fi keeps your devices connected. Anywhere in your home.
Have you seen this video?
Discover how much more is included. Get the speed you need, plus free installation. Call 1-844-421-9814. Time Warner Cable.
Looking to make the leap into a reliable new vehicle? Now's the time at Fusillo Kia of Schenectady. Hey folks, Caroline here. Huge savings right now on the 2015 Optima EX. That's the EX model, not a base model. That means it's loaded, lots of cool features. Right now, 0 down, $239 a month. That's right, 0 down, nothing out of pocket, $239 a month on the 2015 Optima EX. Just an example of what you'll find this February when you leap into huge.
Victories, 1956 through 1997. That's 41 years. And Doc Sauers, a legend without question, and one of the greatest guys that I know, and always a pleasure to spend a few minutes. Doc, good to see you.
Good to see you, Raj, always.
And you were honored with before the game. You got a dinner coming up on April the 23rd. And what's it mean to have your whole family, and there's Elaine, your lovely wife, with you, and your family honor before this one today?
Well, it's a tribute to my longevity, for one thing. But it was great to see them. My son came all the way from the Canary Islands in Spain, and my daughter works for the FBI in Philadelphia, and so they came up for the day. So,
and right now, Elaine's pointing up to the video board because they were showing some old footage from back in the day. Did you see some of that footage?
I saw some of that. I knew they were going to do that, but I didn't know exactly what they were going to do.
They had some of your playing days on there, too?
Oh, yeah?
I think so.
Well, that would be a marvel. I didn't know they took pictures in those days.
Doc, what when you sit here and you look at the program right now, where it was when you were here and all the accomplishments, what goes through your mind?
Well, I think when I coached, we had established a winning tradition, and I think after they got through the first bumps of going to Division I, they certainly have a winning position now, tradition.
Do you coach them up the same way? I mean, if you were coaching today, could you do a lot of some of the stuff that you did?
I think I could do a lot of the same stuff. I'd have to do it a little faster and maybe get a couple more good players. I had a lot of good players, but I didn't have them all at once, you know what I mean? And they have a lot of good players at once, I think.
I looked at your wife, Elaine, and boy, she has been there every step. I remember, doing your games. I'm fortunate enough to do the radio call for your games, and she didn't miss a trip.
She didn't miss a trip, and actually, when we had the team in Sweden, she went to Sweden with the team that year too, and to Mexico. Wow. Those 2 trips with the final.
And then you got a chance to see your son, Stephen, do a really good job as a player and then in the profession.
Yes, I never thought he'd do as well as he did, but he was quite a player.
Oh, he was.
Very unselfish. I think he played his whole senior year as a starter. Took 106 shots in 25 games.
Wow.
Then his final year, he did take maybe more, but made more too.
Yeah, and he's a pretty good golfer too. I get to golf with him once a year. Hey, let's listen to what head coach Will Brownlee asked before the game about some thoughts from Coach Brown on Doc Sauers.
Yeah, Doc's won over 700 games. He still comes into his office every day. He's either swimming, lifting weights. He's a guy that anytime you win over 700 games, doesn't matter what sport it is. As a coach, you're doing something right. And I think he was as good of a basketball coach as anybody, regardless of Division I, Division II, Division III. And he really helped the transition from Division III to Division II to Division I. Just a tremendous coach. coach, and listening to his former players talk about, you know, how much he's helped them off the court is impressive as well. You know, so I'm excited that they're honoring Doc. It's well-deserved, and hopefully we play well on Doc Sauer's Day.
Well, so far on Doc Sauer's Day, I'd say what was your thoughts of this first half?
I hope we get to 100. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, halfway home.
We're halfway
Doc,
home.
good to see you. I can't wait till the 23rd of April for the dinner.
All right, Raj.
Looking forward to it.
Got a date.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it. The legendary Doc Sauer's halftime here. You Albany up by 22. We'll come back second half on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Attention Class A CDL drivers. McLean Albany is looking for the area's best drivers to deliver food and supplies to your favorite restaurants. McLean offers industry-leading pay, top benefits, including medical, dental, and a 401k with generous matching contributions, and short-haul routes to allow more time at home. For more information, visit driveformclean.com or call Karen at 518-861-6122. That's 518-861-6122.
The Leap Into Huge event is on, so leap out of your seat and get to Fusillo Hyundai of Schenectady. Hey folks, Tom Park with a great reason to do that. A new 2016 Hyundai Tucson for $339 down and only $339 a month. You get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and it's a typical example of the kind of huge savings you're going to find on everything in our giant inventory here on State Street. See more online, then come see us 7 days a week at Fusillo Hyundai and leap into huge.
There's something brand new at Mayfair Jewelers. Diamonds grown above ground. They're pure grown diamonds, exclusively from Mayfair Jewelers. They are indistinguishable from a mined diamond and cost a lot less. Best of all, we're still your earth-grown diamond source too. Either way you choose, mined or pure grown, you'll get beautiful jewelry you'll cherish forever. Visit Mayfair Jewelers in either Latham or Glenville and see for yourself.
Excuse me, Mr. Jones? Hi.
Already?
You booked an appointment.
I just started cooking.
We at Time Warner Cable need to apologize to you.
I haven't even started a bronze yet.
We no longer give you an excuse to work all day perfecting your tan.
Starting to even it out.
We're making a bunch of changes at Time Warner Cable, including 1-hour arrival windows. We'll also tell you how long our visit will take before your appointment starts.
I'm at CEFCU Arena, and U Albany up by 22, 51-29. Roger Weiland, along with our special guest, Daniel Loomis, in the 8th grade at St. Gregory's. His dad, Jeff, is the head of school there and won a raffle to, here we are, join us, have a good time today. Here are the stats. Let's take a quick look, Daniel, and see what we got going on at halftime. U Albany shooting 54%. They've only made 2 field goals from behind the arc. They don't need any more. They're driving the ball to the rim extremely well, dominating the boards, got the foul line 14 times to 2. Some early turnovers, about the only hiccup in this game, and they've dominated the paint 32-12. Those are your halftime stats. And Daniel Loomis, I'm going to let you throw it to a break.
You're watching U Albany basketball on Time Warner Cable. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Good job.
Hearts are made for sharing. Spread some sweetness with Dunkin' Donuts cookie dough and brownie batter donuts. Heart-shaped happiness, too sweet not to share. America runs on Dunkin'. The new Caramel Macchiato from Dunkin' Donuts. Let handcrafted layers of espresso, milk, and a caramel-flavored swirl uplift your mood. Indulge in a hot or iced macchiato today. America runs on Dunkin'.
At the University at Albany.
The University at Albany. University at Albany.
We have more than a dozen Division I teams. We've won countless
conference championships.
and have earned our way into dozens of NCAA tournaments.
We wear our jerseys with pride for you, Albany.
And the power of SUNY.
But the uniform that matters most
of all
is the one we all wear.
Welcome back, Roger Weiland and Zach By, Daniel Loomis. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. It's great to talk to Doc Sauers at halftime. And U Albany up by 22 points, 51-29. Daniel Loomis, our 8th grader. Zach threw it to the commercial timeout. Love it. Did a phenomenal job. And I tell you what, Daniel, for a Sunday Valentine's Day and such frigid, cold temperatures outside, a nice crowd. Really here at South Q Arena. You know, Daniel, our producer thinks you're pretty good. Says you probably take Zach or myself's spot in the future. All right.
I'll tell you what. If he takes my job, I'm going to show up at your recess, and we're going to figure it out.
He's not kidding, Daniel. And Maine right away goes inside and had a pretty good look by Divine Eke. Can't get it to go. And let's see what kind of focus and energy Albany has trying to build on a 22-point lead. Well, that's the answer. Steyer slams home the first bucket of this second half.
And credit to the senior, Peter Hooley, who turned down an open 3 from the corner to set up the sophomore with the dunk.
On the floor by Sanders, I believe, as LeVar Harewood, the freshman, got knocked to the floor, and I think Sanders gets called for the foul on the going for the loose ball rebound. It's a Maine team that beat Albany back in the middle of January on a road trip to Maine. Close game. And Will Brown was furious of the way his team played defense and still talks about it leading up to this one, how bad they were defensively in that game.
And the fellow with the basketball that just shot it, Aaron Calixte, had 14 points in that second half and was really their engine in the latter 20 minutes.
And that win, as Sanders lost control, got it back and scores. That win by Maine was like a signature win, the biggest win for certainly in the second year of Coach Walsh. And they made a very big deal out of that victory over Albany, and they should have.
Yeah, and it illustrated to me at the time is just how bad these teams want to knock off the 3-time defending champion. I mean, they were jumping around at half court like they had just won the tournament and they were going to the NCAAs.
Well, and we saw it Thursday night.
Yes,
when New Hampshire, I mean, they won that game and you thought they just won the Super Bowl.
That's exactly right.
But, you know, when you're playing against your 3-time defending champion and you haven't had a lot of success of beating them, that's the reaction you get. As Peter Hooley gets a screen and uses it, and they find him wide open. And a turnover by Lawton, and it's a 2-on-1, and the seniors get it done. Singletary to Sanders, layup is good, and I guess I answered my own question. Well, they answered it for me very quickly. Would the focus be there? What kind of energy coming out in the second half? They let Maine back in the game, or are they going to build on a 22-point lead? And we have the answer.
An 8-0 run to start the second half puts the Albany lead up to 30 now, and Singletary being unselfish in transition, a 2-on-1 rudimentary fast break gives Ray Sanders the easiest 2 points he'll have tonight.
And actually, Daniel Loomis and his family, they're moving to Maine.
Is that right?
They're moving up to the Maine area at the end of the school year. I think your mom got a job opportunity, and they vacation up that way in the summer and like the area. And he graduates from St. Gregory's 8th grade, and they're the whole and Jeff told me, your dad told me, he's been here 50 years.
Wow.
In Albany. They're going to move to Maine.
Well, you know, my father was in the service, and that's where I was born. I lived my first couple years of of life in Maine, and I know of all the destinations we go out through the year, we just love going to Bangor, Maine, don't we, Rod?
Well, it's just, you know, let's just say it's a long bus trip. That's all I can tell you. It is. And something else about Maine will confirm this, but the U-Albany women got beat.
Yeah, they did.
At Maine today, their first conference loss. And we welcome everybody who's watching in Maine today and certainly try to sing the praises of the Maine Black Bears despite the fact that they're getting blown out at the moment here as everybody in the house having a good time on Valentine's Day. So you got the red going on and the purple.
Went with the red-purple combo.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, welcome to all of our viewers in Maine today. And I think Bob Walsh is on the right track with this team and the program. This is a young team. There's a lot of freshmen that are getting a lot of minutes, and one of them is right here, Isaac Van, and they're just turning the ball over too many times today. And the seniors have it all going. Singletary off the turnover and the N1.
Whoa. When Evan Singletary kicks into that second gear in transition, he's fun to watch. And if he's not the best point guard in the league, he's one of the top two. I mean, this kid, what a find for Will Brown. And this is a kid coming out of high school that was, I believe, set to go to George Mason. He had double-digit scholarship offers, Stony Brook included. And he did not qualify because of his SAT score, so he had to go to the junior college route. Went to Moberly Community College in Missouri. And took the long road, and it's been well worth it for him if you ask him.
Can't get the threes to go. That's Harewood missing an open three. Peter Hooley from three-point range off the back of that iron. Harewood into the lane. This time he is fouled by Singletary. That's 2 team fouls this half, and the second foul on Singletary. Well, Will Brown's going to have to go, Zach, the junior college route again.
Yeah.
Yep. Going to lose Sanders and Singletary and Hooley. I guarantee you there'll be some junior college transfers here next season.
Yeah, he doesn't like rebuilding. He likes reloading. And it's paid off here. The past 3 championships have all had junior college players.
Good hustle by Hooley and Lawton. Ball went off of Lawton. It'll be U-Albany ball. Wednesday night, this place should be rocking. I'd be very disappointed if there's not a really big crowd here at Sefq with Stony Brook coming in. And foul on Maine, and Sanders will get to the line here shooting 2 shots. Foul is on Harewood. Freshman picks up his second, and the second team foul on the Black Bears, sending Sanders to the line.
Well, Will Brown is rarely pleased, but he's got to find a way to enjoy this one, because defensively, you're at 16:41 left in the game, and Maine is still in the 20s. And then offensively, you're over 60 points with this much time left. So from both fronts, this has just been a thumping.
Yeah, and as Will pointed out at halftime with you, as a Maine team that has been, you know, putting up points. I mean, the Hartford, they beat Hartford in overtime, 105-100. Scored 74 against Binghamton. They scored, well, only 54 in a loss to Stony Brook. But how about against New Hampshire? Against New Hampshire, this team put up 91 points. It was 99-91. So you're right. The fact that they only have 29 is a real credit to this U-Albany defense today and the way they're playing.
There's no question about it. And it should be noted that Kevin Little, the leading scorer for Maine, is not playing today. He's got 62 made three-pointers. That's the highest total in the league. And he gets over almost 15 points tonight. He's the 4th leading scorer in the league. So they're a little bit lost offensively because the guy who's the most ball dominant and takes the most shots on that end of the floor is missing. So they're trying to figure it out without him. and have struggled.
Van misses the second, and listen, that was in our opening pregame that Little was out, because that's a huge headline for Maine. Without him, it's worth bringing up again, because without him, yeah, offensively they're clearly not the same. And that one Van would like to have back. Isaac Van, point blank range, right in the middle, could not get it over the front of the iron, off of a Albany turnover. And Hooley with the drive in the left hand. That one is up and over the front of the iron. 65-30. Opening 5 minutes here of the second half, and a foul on the Great Danes.
And how many times have we seen a drive like that from Hooley over the last 4 years? He's compiled 1,453 points coming into today.
Get a timeout with 15:50 to go here in the second half on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
The Metro Mattress President's Day sale is our biggest event of the winter. Get 0% interest for 60 months on all Tempur-Pedic complete sets. Now through Monday, save up to 50% on a Simmons Super Plush Queen set, just $549. But hurry, our President's Day sale ends soon. Remember, only Metro Mattress gives you a 1-year sleep on it guarantee.
You'll love your perfect mattress, guaranteed. Metro Mattress.
This month of February, Maddie, here at Fusillo Nissan, our selection and savings are leaps beyond our competition, especially when you consider the all-new, completely new Nissan Maxima.
The 2016 Nissan Maxima with no money down, $369 a month. That's crazy. All new redesign, 300 horsepower.
That's a lot of horsepower.
That's huge.
And it's zero down, only $369 a month. Take advantage of that, folks.
Yep.
See it online and then come see us 7 days a week, because that is
huge.
Albany with a 14-1 run to open up this second half and open up this game to a 65-30 lead. 15:50 to go. Zach just got a copy of the stats. Zach, what are you noticing here? And I noticed Van had 15 in the first half, just the one foul shot here. And that's their only point in the second half.
Pretty incredible. Albany has just been smothering defensively. But I'll go back to what you asked me in the pregame. You said, what's your key to the game? I said Maine's got to stay competitive on the boards. The rebounding margin right now is Albany plus 20 on the glass. That is a thorough beating on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Maine's only been to the foul line 4 times, or 1 of 4, and Albany 13 of 17 from the line. And they have Albany has 3 players in double figures: Singletary, Sanders, and Hooley. And then Isaac Van has 16, and Clixty has 6 points.
And one more note on the rebounding. 10 of the 34 boards for Albany are on the offensive end. Anytime, just fundamentally in a basketball game, you give up 10 offensive boards, you're likely dead.
Peter Hooley with a nice feed to Greg Steyer, and 2 more points for the Great Danes. Are just having their way here right now in this game.
Yeah, they're running roughshod on these guys at this point. Hooley collects another assist. He's the 3rd all-time in assists. Oh, look at Van.
Well, he's their best player. There's no doubt about that. Well, Kevin Little, I guess you could argue too, but and look and think about it, the future of Maine. You see him doing his thing, and Little's a sophomore.
Yep, and Aaron Calixte's a sophomore as well. Divine Eke, the 6'7" freshman from Plainfield, New Jersey. He's a kid too. I mean, Bob Walsh has done a nice job in just his 2nd season bringing kids on campus that can legitimately play and possibly compete for a championship in a couple years.
And that's a nice hook shot on the block with the left hand by Till Gloger. He is one of their seniors at 6'8". Joe Cremo in the lineup, and what a nice feed, good recognition, good. You look up the court, don't watch yourself dribble, and keep your head up and find the open guy. That's what he just did right there. And Sanders just reached in and stole it away from Calixte, and here comes Cremo in transition, and he is fouled by Perovich.
And Ray Sanders picks up another steal. He had one in the first half. Raj, he comes into today's game with 42 steals. That's the #1 total in the America East. And a season ago, Ray Sanders had 45 steals, which is the 7th highest single season mark in Albany's Division I history. He's going to eclipse that in the next week, and he's going to be in the top 3, if not have a shot at the all-time single season mark in the Division I era.
Well, here's a chance to look at his post-up moves. He got his own rebound after he missed in his foul. Foul's on Reed Knight. That's his 3rd. Each team has 4 team fouls so far in the second half. Now this time, Perovic steals it from Rowley, and he takes it in and scores. That's a good defensive job right there by Marco Perovic, 6'7" junior. Peter Hooley trying to answer, and he does with the dunk.
I've been wondering when he's going to try to throw one of those down. And he saw a seam that was as wide as the Sefcu, and he figured he'd take a shot.
Another turnover. Cremo, Sanders, and he slams it down. Back-to-back dunks by the Great Danes.
They want it back-to-back. Love it.
Gloger with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Look at Cremo. Cleaning up the rebound and pushing in transition. Whoa. That's a hard spill. And Cremo hit very hard coming down.
This gym just went quiet in a hurry, and I can't believe he's getting up as quickly as he is. That tailbone might be broken.
That was a hard fall as Jay Geiger comes out.
Now, we saw Cremo take a hard fall like this earlier in the season, where I would have put money on his tailbone being broken. He's way upstairs, and he's lucky his arm's not broken. And knowing Cremo the way I do and how competitive he is, it's got to be a legitimate injury. And here's going to be a great angle at it. He loses himself in the air, and his arm gets caught up with the defender, so he can't even try to break his fall. If he did, he might have broken his arm.
The Sefcu Arena crowd giving it up to Joe Cremo. We hope everything is okay with Cremo. And that was the defender was Aaron Kalixki, who stepped in and took the charge, and Joe walking off slowly. And the good news is, looks like he's going to be okay.
They may take
Dr.
a trip
Marinello over there as well.
They may go take some pictures at that just in case. If I was a betting man, that looked like he may have a couple chips off his tailbone. I'm not a doctor, but that looked terrible. And that just sucked the vibe out of the Sefcu here after back-to-back dunks and setting the place on fire. That's the last thing that Will Brown wanted. And here, a thorough beatdown of Maine. Have your stud freshman out for the season.
Well, we will hope for the best, no doubt. And the fact that I saw Dr. Marinello give a little smile to Will Brown leads me to believe that it's not going to be a serious injury. But you're right, they'll do what they got to do, precautionary, take whatever pictures need be. That Bone and Joint Center is pretty good. The orthopedic guys over there are phenomenal. Gloger is fouled by Mike Rowley. Or actually, they called Richard Peters with that foul. And it will send Gloger to the line. 12:51 to play. New Albany was up 22 at the half and have increased the lead here in the second half. Stony Brook coming up on Wednesday. And then there's a road trip to UMass Lowell. And then there's a home game against Hartford. And that's on the 27th. And that's it.
That's it.
Conference season over. Playoff time. Another drive and another bucket by Ray Sanders. New Albany just had their way today of getting in the lane and getting to the rim.
Sanders now has 20, coming off a 23-point performance.
And playing the defense, too. Again,
it's unbelievable.
Steal.
That's his third steal of the game.
And 24 ties a career high for Sanders.
And that was from earlier in the non-conference season. We saw Ray Sanders go absolutely nuts against Colgate, where he went 6 for 7 from 3. And here he is making another huge impact for Albany.
And he's going to get an open look at a 3. Too long off the back of the iron. And there's something to be said, too, Zach, for seniors, right? And then they know there are not that many more games of their careers left. Some of them will try to, I don't know what Sanders and Singleton, will they go overseas and play? And probably will, right?
Yep, their numbers are good enough. Their careers have been legitimate following junior college. Both all-conference guys. Singletary first team a season ago. Sanders was an all-conference guy, plus he was on the all-defensive team.
New Albany turned it over. Troy Reed-Knight. And the 3 by Garvey Melvin, a sophomore. Saw him last year, and he hasn't gotten as much playing time this season because of the influx of talent that they brought in. 11:24 to go. UAlbany enjoying a 77-43 lead on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Attention Class A CDL drivers. McLean Albany is looking for the area's best drivers to deliver food and supplies to your favorite restaurants. McLean offers industry-leading pay, top benefits, including medical, dental, and a 401k with generous matching contributions, and short-haul routes to allow more time at home. For more information, visit driveformclean.com or call Karen at 518-861-6122. That's 518-861-6122.
Life is risky. So, our guests in your insurance, call Farmers Insurance, James O'Brien Agency, and get covered. We are farmers.
Back with you, along with my good friend and partner Zachary Bai, and our good friend Daniel Loomis, the 8th grader from St. Gregory's, our guest today. And I guess there's the good news. Yeah. Joe Cremo is back from the locker room, and Dr. Ali, well, Dr. Marinello's here. He's the team doctor. Then the team orthopedic is Dr. Ali, does a phenomenal job. And I saw Dr. Ali walk back into the locker room with Joe, and then Joe comes back out. So I got to believe it was really serious that he wouldn't be back on the bench here at the moment. So, but we'll try to get some word on the injury to Joe Cremo. Dallas Enema going to come into the game here in this second half. UAlbany up 77-43, 11:24 to go. I'm glad to see that David Nichols, a freshman from Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, keep an eye on
David Nichols. Get some minutes, right?
Yeah.
And next year, you think he could be a factor?
I think he could be, and I don't know if they're going to bring in a junior college guy to start at the point guard and try to compete for a championship. But David Nichols, all signs are pointing towards that he's going to get some more playing time next year, as you see Dallas Enema put one in. And that's another guy who's going to have a big-time role increase a season from now is Enema.
No kidding.
Who's going to be a senior. He started 16 games a season ago, and he's been playing at a really high level these past couple weeks. And this should put it in perspective. He came into today scoring in eight consecutive games and 53 points during that 8 games. He had a total of 57 points in the 18 previous games. So he's playing his best basketball of the season.
And here's the other thing I like about Enema, who's firing up a 3 and hits. This kid has a great attitude. Yes. Like, he'll do whatever he needs. Look, he had to start last year when Hooley was out. Now Hooley back this year. His minutes have not gone up.
No.
They've gone down, and yet you don't see any attitude with him. None. He's just ready to go coming off the bench and plays well. And that's really a credit to Dallas Enema.
There's no question about it. And also with Joe Cremo coming in and taking some of those minutes.
Yeah.
In the first portion of the season, there was games where Enema didn't play at all. And, you know, I always use this analogy. You know, you work so hard every single day. It's like working 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and you go to pick up your paycheck on Friday, and it's not there. And that's what playing time is to these guys. And Enema just kept his mouth shut, kept showing up to work early, staying late, and it's paid off in a big way.
Van missed in the middle of the lane for Maine. And there's Nichols. Oh, Enema feeling it. He wanted, maybe I'll shoot that. Nah, second thought, Van got out on him. And here comes Nichols.
Don't judge the dog by the size of him. You got to watch him in a fight. And David Nichols has shown us a couple times this year with opportunities that he makes the most of those opportunities, and I've seen him a couple times in practice legitimately make plays. And he reminds me of a guy stature-wise that we saw a couple years ago in DJ Evans, who was just a little guy. He sat the bench behind Mike Black. He was a junior college transfer. Said, oh, you know, it might just not work out for this kid. And he turned out to be, in a lot of ways, the alpha male the following season. And David Nichols, I see a strand of that in his DNA.
The foul was on Singletary, and there you see Bob Walsh in his second year watching Aaron Calixte at the line, and he hit the first foul shot, and he'll have one more. And now coming back into the game is Divine Eke, freshman from New Jersey.
Eke's been very quiet, just 2 points. Comes into the game averaging double figures. 10 points and 7 rebounds, which is the 5th best mark in the America East. He's only got 1 board collected thus far.
Now, I think without Little here today, it certainly has affected them against this UAlbany team, who was very hungry just to get a little revenge going for the loss in Orono, and then coming off the loss on Thursday night. This team was ready to go today. And that can always go 1 of 2 ways. You just never know. But Will Brown obviously preaching to his team that they lost to Maine once. Don't take them lightly, and they have not at all. Enema, 3-point shot. Got a little low 5 from Will Brown as he was going by after that made 3. And everything working for the Great Danes. Kalexky, nice drive and move into the lane. A little floater with the right hand for the sophomore.
And I'll say this, Rod, just commentary here on, we've been talking about, you know, looking at next year's team. I know it's way early, but just
But it's 87 to 47.
Yeah, so we can do that a little bit.
Yeah.
Look at the guys on the floor right now. Jameer Andrews is coming back. As he makes a 3, he can really shoot it. Dallas Enema coming back. Richard Peters coming back. David Nichols coming back. Joe Cremo coming back. Your starting front court is coming back. So I know you're losing some all-conference players at the guard spot, but by no means is the cupboard bare.
Lawton hit a long, deep 3 there. And I just watched the body language of Coach Brown, not happy, even though it's 90 to 50. Didn't like the too easy of a 3 for Lawton, and now he's not going to like the turnover.
Showtime.
All right, yeah. Yep, that was exactly the showtime off of the turnover by UAlbany. And Isaac Van, throws it down.
Man, he's fun.
Good player in that program, without question. Timeout, 7:55 to go. UA with a big lead on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
All across America, families are choosing Time Warner Cable for a whole new experience.
We came back for internet speeds so fast, even the kids are impressed. Oh, she's impressed.
We're catching up on movies and shows on demand just as fast as we can watch them.
TWC's home Wi-Fi is so strong, we can use all our devices at the same time.
Call us today. You'll get 30 meg internet, TV, and phone for $89.99 a month, plus free installation, TV equipment, and Epics included. Call now.
Gentlemen, once again, we're all dressed up with no place to go. Well, it is President's Day.
It's the Honda President's Day sales event. Get our best prices of the year on the all-wheel drive CR-V, the all-new 2016 Civic, the all-wheel drive Pilot, or the award-winning Accord.
Time to party like it's 1769.
Now bring home the new Accord for just $199 a month.
I'm thinking road trip. Piling, boys.
It's the Honda President's Day sales event going on now at your Capital Region Honda dealers.
Roger Weiland, Zach By at CEFQ Arena, and Tim Wilkins slid us. Tim Wilkins, our good friend from the Times Union, just slid us that little bit of information, Zachary, for you to read.
Wow, the last time Albany scored 100 points was November 26th, the year 2000, over Green Mountain.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a coffee company, but Danes are on pace to shatter that number as they got 90 with just about 8 minutes left.
How cute is that picture?
She's adorable.
Huh? Adorable. Little afternoon fun here for the young kids at CEFQ Arena on Valentine's Day. Brian Stick is our statistician. Time Warner Cable Sports Channel always does a good job filling in for Ruff, huh? I knew Ruff would. It's Valentine's Day. He can't be working. Wonder if he's even watching. Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably watching The Notebook or something with Audrey.
Yeah, I would say it's
the new father.
Yeah.
Raj, how about this? Albany shooting 63% for the game, and here in this second half, this is incredible. Here in this second half, shooting 77% from the floor.
Yeah.
They have missed 5 shots in the entire half. It's pretty incredible.
And thus a 90-52 lead as Lawton picked up his 3rd personal foul, and Jameer Andrews is at the foul line. Hey, you're right, though. I mean, you got Jameer Andrews, a junior, next year back, and Nichols, and you've got some options here. Andrews got it up the court somehow away from Lawton, and Enema's just feeling it.
Putting on a show.
Yeah.
Dallas Enema has a season high. Right now, he's got 14 points after that shot. The highest point total he had previous to that was 9 in the non-conference season. But Enema just continues to play at a high level. And credit to Evan Singletary, a first-team all-conference guard who gets over 13 points a night. He gets a terrific round of applause here. But he could have easily shot that open three-pointer at the top of the key and added to his numbers. But he's trying to get Dallas Enema off with an even more wide open three. And that's the type of stuff that championship teams have, a willingness to elevate one another. And I've always used that as like a litmus test of sort. Is like, how much do you want your teammates to be successful? How does the bench react when the 9th guy, 10th guy scores a bucket?
Calixte makes from both at the foul line for Maine. And we go inside, 7 minutes to go. Calixte still playing hard, tough man-to-man defense on Nichols. No give up in this Maine team. Primo, the freshman. Nichols, freshman in the game. Enema, Peters, and Andrews. Primo after that, Zach. Back on the floor. This was great. Took a hard fall, and everyone was, oh boy. Oh, he's fine. And back playing. And it was I did mention Dr. Alley, right? Does a phenomenal job. The Bone and Joint Center and the orthopedic. Dr. Marinello, I mean, they're in good hands when it comes to team doctors. Lawton's going to be at the line. Senior Sean Lawton. We've watched his game over the years too, Zach.
He's a tough kid from Harlem. He doesn't score a lot, but he's just a grinder. He's a defensive presence, one of the better defenders in the league. And he's got 175 steals in his career, which is 7th most all-time at Maine. He used to have a starting role. Again, you mentioned the influx of talent. Now comes off the bench, but just has a great work ethic.
Saw a shot of Dr. Marinello right next to JP. Our little buddy JP Hunsinger had a birthday this week. Happy birthday to JP. Andrews misfires, and the rebound comes to Lawton. Kalixty with a good drive, swinging around the perimeter, and the senior for three. Lawton no good. Peters gets the rebound. 6 minutes to play. And Albany's going to get this victory and get back on track after the loss to New Hampshire on Wednesday night. It'll be win number 21 for the Great Danes. They'll go to 10-3 in the America East Conference. Another good post-up move by Primo. Just couldn't get it to drop. And then Enema with a foul on Isaac Venn. And Isaac will get to the line to shoot two. That's true. Doc, our producer Greg Babich said it. Doc wanted 100 points. He said it on the air at halftime, and it was what we had 51 up. And I said, halfway there, Doc, and 94. They're gonna get to 100. The thing about Doc Sowers is he's still in such good shape. I mean, he comes to work, comes here every day. He's in the weight room. He swims at the pool. I mean, physically, he really keeps himself in great shape.
What a legend.
Man, can't wait for the big dinner to honor Doc Sowers coming up on April 23rd. It'll be my pleasure to be the master of ceremonies that night. They're going to have it right here at CEFCU Arena. I'm sure if you call the athletic department, you'll be able to go on the website, find ways where you can get a ticket and be here on April the 23rd for Doc Sowers. Nichols fouled out front by Harewood. And that'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Nichols. See how deep Will Brown goes into his bench, although who else really left to throw in there? Pretty much everybody, right, has played.
Yeah, and Reese Williams, who was a walk-on and a captain, from what we understand, is saving his eligibility his last year so he can go to grad school somewhere and play at a lower level. That's why he's not in the game, or he would be.
He would be, yes, and that's exactly right. Perovich is back in for Maine. Lawton goes out. Nichols makes the foul shots. It's 96-58 with 5:15 to go. Kind of a nice Sunday afternoon crowd here at CEFCU Arena. Kalixty with the right hand in the lane. And it goes out of bounds. As the way this day has gone. Good move by Kalixty with the right hand and couldn't get it to go, and then it goes out of bounds off of Maine. as they will have that long bus ride back to Orono when this one is over.
It's always extra long after a loss.
Oh, yeah.
As we can attest.
We can attest. Oh. And the block. Wow. Harewood got up there and blocked the shot of Nichols, and back the other way is Van. Been a little bit quiet here in the second half. But in that first half, he was just keeping Maine in the game, at least for a while, doing all he could do. Nichols again, and Harewood again. Or I keep Harewood. That is not Harewood. That is Eke, the 6'7" freshman. So you go Eke, freshman, Harewood, freshman. You know what we haven't seen today is Stojakovic.
He got into an altercation in the last game and was thrown out of the game, so he has to miss this one due to suspension.
That's another player who is a good one in their program, and I got him circled here as a freshman. So again, yeah, no, it's a lopsided game today, but if you're watching and you're in Maine and you're a fan of the program, Bob Welsh has got some good young talent. I know we've said that a bunch of times. I think they might be onto something in the future for the Maine Blackbirds.
You see Albany's got Stony Brook up next, and then Lowell on the road, and then Hartford at home to close out the season. Albany will register their 21st victory of the season. The school record for wins is 24, which they've done 2 out of the last 3 years. They got an opportunity to get to 25. As David Nichols knocks in another 3. He now has 5 points.
And it's good he's getting some extended minutes here. Whoa! Terrific move again by Isaac. Isaac Van getting it done today.
Special kid.
You Albany now at 99 points, Zach. You go inside, 4 minutes to go. Andrews spins on the baseline. Up the shot, and over 100 they go. And it's an and one for Jameer Andrews. And that gets us to the final media timeout. 101-62, all Great Danes on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
We don't wake up in the morning and think, hey, I want to bank today. We don't aspire to grow up to balance a checkbook or take out loans. We bank for a purpose, for today and for tomorrow, for what we believe in and what we love. Behind every financial decision you make, there is purpose. At CEFCU, we get it. It's not about us. It's about you. We love banking so you can love life. Great rates, quick approvals. Apply online today. CEFCU. Banking with a purpose.
Hearts are made for sharing. Spread some sweetness with Dunkin' Donuts cookie dough and brownie batter donuts. Heart-shaped happiness, too sweet not to share. America runs on Dunkin'. The new Caramel Macchiato from Dunkin' Donuts. Let handcrafted layers of espresso, milk, and a caramel-flavored swirl uplift your mood. Indulge in a hot or iced macchiato today. America runs on Dunkin'.
Roger Weiland and Zach Vibe. Daniel Loomis, our 8th grader from St. Gregory's, and the entire Time Warner Cable Sports crew. See that excellent move by Andrews on the baseline to be an and one. That puts him over 100 for the first time since
the year 2000. Against Division III Green Mountain.
There you go. 3:47 to go. And what was going on at Stony Brook? We have an update on Stony Brook.
Stony Brook is up 59-58 with 29 seconds left over New Hampshire.
Wow. Okay. That's, I mean, if Stony Brook would ever lose that game, then they're coming here Wednesday night.
And Roger, you talk about a terrific player. Tanner Leisner from New Hampshire is a top 5 player in this league.
No doubt.
Right now he has 26-9 against Stony Brook.
That game is at Stony Brook. on Richard Peters. And we're going to have a bunch of foul shots in the final 3:39.
How about this, Rod? Just kind of flown under the radar on us. Evan Singletary, 8 assists. That is some kind of mark.
Divine Eke misses the foul shot.
And I would say that's his career high, but he's still too shy of that. He had 10 assists against Niagara back in December.
1 of 2 from Eke. And Maine still pressing. Trying to play this one to the finish and play it hard. Andrews gets around the double team, and now to Nichols. Some substitutions in that. C.J. Ward, a sophomore, number 12 for Maine. Cremo for 3. Eke fighting for the rebound. Last touched by UA. It'll be Maine ball.
Cremo has not looked right since he came back into this game. Just does not seem to be overly engaged physically.
Calixte to Melbed for 3. Melbed, a sophomore. Trying to... Stony Brook is up by 1 at home against New Hampshire with like 16 seconds remaining. Stony Brook has no losses in the America East. Albany has the 2. And we said we didn't think anybody could beat Stony Brook outside of maybe Albany Wednesday night, but New Hampshire's giving them a heck of a game at Stony Brook right now.
I don't think anyone wants to play New Hampshire in the conference tournament.
No. Dallas Enema adds to his totals today, and we got 3 minutes to play. Perovich will pump fake on the baseline. Eke to Calixte. Eke for 3. Oh, good rebound, Nichols. We'll hear what Will Brown has to say. Not only about this game so much, Zach, but I kind of want to hear what he says on that. Have you watched Joe Cremo make a really nice move from the right side? Now I want to hear what he has to say about the rebound Wednesday night, because they weren't going to talk anything about Stony Brook coming to town, and now they're going to want to pump up the Wednesday game. Now these two teams just running up and down the court. Firing up threes. Be a lot bigger game on Wednesday night if New Hampshire won.
Well, I can confirm now Stony Brook did hang on to win that game.
And remain undefeated. Good performance by New Hampshire on the road. Hey, Albany, what was a 6-point game for Albany at Stony Brook?
Had a lead with 40 seconds left.
Yeah. Block out on a foul shot or 2 and win that game. Peters, offensive rebound, and back up with the left hand for Big Rich.
Got to be happy for Richard Peters. He played really well today.
C.J. Ward misses the 3 and gets it back and put pass to Eke. And he's fouled by Peters, stopping the clock with 1:20 remaining.
Richard Peters, quick note on him. He's got now 8 points, and that's 1 shy of his season high. He had 9 earlier in the year against Niagara in December, and he's played well here these past 2 games. And with the absence of Travis Charles, who was the first front court player off the bench for the first portion of the season, they rely on Peters to be a presence. And they're not asking him to go get a double-double every night, but he needs to be felt by the opposing teams. Defensively, run the floor, and he's done that here today, and he's also finished very well around the basket.
Final 1:13 of this game. A lot of double-figure scores for Albany today. We'll sort through the final stats and hear from Will Brown. Coming up after this game is over, and boy, Primo hits hard again. Borovich steps in front to take the charge. 1:02 remaining. There's a drive by Cremo. Charge called to Joe. Dallas Enema with 16 points in this game and a walking violation on Maine. 18 is his career high. Jeff, fun today, Daniel? Good. Daniel Loomis has been with us all afternoon long. If I'm Cremo, I'm not going to try any more drives in this game. Yes, just get out of here without any injuries. Let Enema go for a career high. Almost had it. Kalicki. And the three-point shot no good by Melvin. Long outlet to Nichols. And Will Brown says, no, we don't need any more points. We have 108 of those. No reason to do that. And the SEPQ crowd on this Valentine's Day Sunday stands. And on a day when they honored the great Doc Sowers and his family, Albany gets to 108. 108 to 64. Very impressive, especially considering that Albany lost to Maine in the middle of January. And the Black Bears did not have their top scorer and Kevin Little today out with an Achilles injury, and that just didn't help them. But this Albany team was in a zone today on the offensive side and on the defensive side, both, and put it all together. Let's go over to Zach By.
Coach, earlier in the season, obviously a tough loss up at Maine. You called it the worst defensive performance in all your years here at Albany. Do you feel like after your performance today, you're almost vindicated after that loss?
No. We played the way that we're capable of playing today. We played the way we're supposed to play. You know, at this level, if you don't come to play, you're going to get beat. There's too many good players at the Division I level and every conference throughout the country. Shoot, Division II, Division III. There's too many guys that can play this game. And, you know, you always got to respect your opponent. And if you don't come ready to play, you know, you're going to get beat. And that's what happened to us, you know, up there. Lesson learned, and you know, I liked our energy and our enthusiasm today. I like the fact that a lot of guys got an opportunity to play, but I thought we defended dribble penetration a lot better today, and that's been our Achilles heel.
You score over 100 points today. This is the first time Albany team has scored over 100 since the year 2000. Following the loss at New Hampshire, do you think this was best case scenario?
Are you saying we're not an offensive juggernaut? No, I mean, we really just took what the defense gave us today. I think we got some good offense off our defense. You know, and I don't think we made, I mean, our core group, we didn't make a lot of threes. I know Dallas made a couple down the stretch and Jameer, but we did it with our defense, attacking the basket, getting to the rim, you know, the way we need to do it. You know, and it's nice to rebound after that tough loss, you know, at UNH. And now we got to get ready for a good Stony Brook team on Wednesday. And I just found out that they hung on to win, so I'm glad that happened. And we just got to worry about us. We got to get better, you know, tomorrow and, you know, get in the groove heading into the conference tournament.
Congrats on the win. Thanks for your time.
I do got to address the shirt and tie upgrade. You're looking good.
It is what it is. Roger, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Zach. And we'll come back and wrap things up. Final stats. Albany rolls to a victory on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Has it
been a while since you've checked your auto and home insurance policies? Do you have gaps in your coverage? Are you paying too much? Want access to new rates, new service, and a new insurance choice? How about local personal service with agents that put your best interest first? What are you waiting for? You need to see the James O'Brien Agency of Farmers Insurance in Latham.
We are farmers.
Maddie here, Fusillo Nissan. It's our Leap Into Huge event. I think our customers will want to jump at the chance to leap into savings like these.
Up on the new 2015 Nissan Murano, we're moving out the inventory, so we're going to do 0 down at $369 a month to make room for the 16s.
For a brand new Murano.
It's crazy.
0 down, $369 a month. That's it, folks. See more online and then get here 7 days a week. Don't miss it. You can leap into
huge.
Attention Class A CDL drivers. McLean Albany is looking for the area's best drivers to deliver food and supplies to your favorite restaurants. McLean offers industry-leading pay, top benefits, including medical, dental, and a 401k with generous matching contributions, and short-haul routes to allow more time at home. For more information, visit driveformclean.com or call Karen at 518-861-6122. That's 518-861-6122.
All the time, and I'm just like, I'm at work, I'm doing things that
It's a nice phone.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, our phone service blocks unwanted calls.
Caller ID on the TV is pretty great.
Speed dialing.
Call 40.
Ours gets unlimited calls to the U.S. and like 34 countries at no extra charge.
We can call China.
I can call India.
Hong Kong.
The entire European Union.
That phone to go app lets us take it wherever we go, you know?
You have Time Warner Cable? Yeah, us too.
Discover how much more is included at no extra cost.
Are they wrapping it up?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Visit us online to learn more. Time Warner Cable.
And Albany rolls to a 108-64 victory, and a convincing one here on the home court against Maine, and really exactly what they needed. We'll go back to the very beginning. The loss to Maine, the loss on Thursday to New Hampshire. How would they respond today? And really, in all areas, a complete game for Albany.
No question about it. You could tell there was a singular focus, and that was come out here and impose your will on a inferior, from a talent standpoint, Maine team. And that's exactly what they did, but they did it in a certain way where they were so unselfish, it really accentuated the difference between the two teams. And, hey, that's what Albany's got to do, continue to take steps. If they plan on cutting down the nets for a fourth consecutive year, it's got to take all of them. That's exactly what they did, 10 different scores today.
All right, let's look at the final stats here. Zach, what do you make of it? It was really, they'll tell the tale.
Well, you know, the thing that sticks out to me is the rebounding margin. Albany plus 26 on the boards. You can't make that stuff up. And then also this, it's all about the shots you take and the efficiency. Look at the points in the paint. 64 of Albany's 108 points come right inside that paint. That means they're making a concerted effort to take quality shots. Speaks to the unselfishness of the group, and which is why you see the discrepancy in the score.
And we'll see you on Wednesday night. Showdown against Stony Brook right here at South Curie.
Can't wait.
Should be fun. Hey, thanks to the entire Time Warner Cable Sports Channel crew. For Zach By, I'm Roger Weiland. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone.
Up next, it's a Valentine's Day edition of Orange Overtime. You've got to love how Syracuse has been playing since Jim Boeheim's return, winners of 4 straight. The Orange continue their drive for 5, hoping to sweep the season series from Boston College. Freshman sensation Tyler Lydon is coming off his 4th double-double of the season. Could SU's 6-man come off the bench and spark the Orange to another win? Highlights, analysis, and Coach Boeheim's post-game news conference next on Orange Overtime. Welcome to Orange Overtime. I'm Brendan McDaniels, along with Syracuse legend Roosevelt Bowie and former U of R and Hobart head coach Mike Neer. Syracuse has now won 5 straight and 8 of their last 9 as they win 75-61 over Boston College on the road. And guys, this wasn't as easy as the time they played Boston College in the Dome last month, but the important thing is when it was crunch time, 2 seniors stepped up and took Syracuse to a win.
It was really 3 games. I thought defensively in the first 10 minutes, Syracuse got some steals, led to open floor runs, got a big lead. They weathered a Boston College run. The end of the first half, had to start the second half basically even, and then Cupid with the arrow just drained threes here on Valentine's Day in the second half and blew the game open.
Yes, I felt that they got off to a little bit slower start than we needed to. When you're on the road like that, you really want to come out and make an effective point at getting your offense going. The offense didn't get going right away, but the defense, a couple steals, a couple turnovers, they got into the rhythm. And then after that, we have some seniors that are doing what they need to do. They led our way all the way to the win.
And Boston College hung around for about 30 minutes, but in the final 10, it was Syracuse that took control. Let's take a look at some highlights to show you how it went down at the Conti Forum on the campus of Boston College. Franklin Howard with the alley-oop to Tyler Lydon. That puts Syracuse up by 9 in the first half. Syracuse has been living by first-half buzzer beaters all season. This time, off the miss by Malachi Richardson. Trevor Cooney gets it. He puts it in before the clock expires. Syracuse up by 3 at the break. In the second half, it started to pull away for the Orange. Malachi Richardson will drop the three-pointer right here, give Syracuse a little bit of a pad in that lead. Later on in the second half, Michael Benajay will get the steal. And Syracuse in transition, what they do so well, that trailing three-pointer, Tyler Lydon hits it. 3 of his career-high 20 points as Syracuse goes on to win it by a final score of 75-61. Taking a look at the stats, Syracuse shooting 46% from the field. They out-rebounded Boston College by 6. Also, they had 2 more assists, but guys, in the end, Syracuse found a way to win. They moved the ball in transition. They found the open guy, and they were hitting their shots in the second half when some of them weren't necessarily falling in the first half.
Well, again, I thought steals by the Syracuse defense led to open floor runs, and BC just can't match up with Syracuse in the open floor. So steals sustained some, as Rosie said, some sloppy offense early. 3-pointers rained in the second half.
What I think is very important is their penetration. When they put the ball on the floor and they go towards the basket, they're very impressive. They're difficult to stop. They weren't scoring, but they're getting fouls on anybody that tried to play the ball on the penetration, which was great because every player can score a lot of points, but every player only has 5 fouls before they can get finished. And the thing that I like the most is they absolutely have the most confidence in each other when they're playing. It's amazing. Like they'll stay in there, they'll be confident in their defense, they'll pass the ball around, and they know at a certain point they're going to step up, they're just going to hit the gas pedal and take off.
And you saw that when the game got tight, and you saw Benajay and Cooney just say, all right, guys, now it's time to tighten up and let's go. We have a lot more Orange Overtime coming up. We'll hear Jim Boeheim's entire post-game press conference. We'll also take a look at some full highlights. Tyler Lydon just outstanding today for the freshman, a career-high 20 points. We'll talk more about that when we come back on Orange Overtime.
Orange Overtime on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel is presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And brought to you in part by SOS, Syracuse Orthopedic Specialists. SOS is total orthopedic care. Drivers Village. And by Karuba Collision, the official collision repair provider of SU Athletics. Make the right decision. Insist on Karuba Collision.
I won $250,000.
I won free groceries for a year.
Me too. When I played Price Chopper's Bags to Riches, I won thousands of dollars online.
I won a $50 gift card.
Last year we had over 100,000 winners.
This year's $8 million giveaway is even bigger and better.
1 in 3 tickets is a winner. Plus, you could instantly win $1,000, $10,000, free groceries or gas for a year. Price Chopper's Bags to Riches $8 million giveaway. Play today.
Gentlemen, Once again, we're all dressed up with no place to go. Well, it is President's Day.
It's the Honda President's Day sales event. Get our best prices of the year on the all-wheel drive CR-V, the all-new 2016 Civic, the all-wheel drive Pilot, or the award-winning Accord.
Time to party like it's 1769.
Now bring home the new Accord for just $199 a month.
I'm thinking road trip. Pile in, boys.
It's the Honda President's Day sales event going on now at your Capital Region Honda dealers.
I really like this car. How do I know I'm getting a good deal? What should I expect when I go into a new car dealer? There's a lot of information out there. What information don't they tell us? I want to shop differently. I want to know all my options and get the facts to make the right choice. And I did. I got upfront pricing at Denoyer.
All of our customers can expect 18 different lease and purchase options, full disclosure on trade value, discounts, and interest rates. Denoyer Chevrolet, values driven.
The Metro Mattress President's Day sale is our biggest event of the winter. Get 0% interest for 60 months on all Tempur-Pedic complete sets. Now through Monday, save up to 50% on a Simmons Super Plush Queen set, just $549. But hurry, our President's Day sale ends soon. Remember, only Metro Mattress gives you a 1-year sleep on it guarantee.
You'll love your perfect mattress, guaranteed. Metro Mattress.
Advantages. That's why the newly restyled Accord gives you a soundtrack for your commute, a better view of your surroundings, and can keep you connected while staying on track. The Accord, from KBB.com's best value brand. Nothing compares to a Honda. Visit your Greater Syracuse Honda dealer and test drive a Honda today.
Superior Stroke Care. It's about time. From the moment our team assesses your condition to the minute your treatment begins, the Krauss Neuroscience Institute consistently delivers the region's fastest stroke care. Our experts work in not one, but 2 hybrid operating rooms dedicated to the most effective stroke treatment. Because at Krauss, every moment matters. More moments mean more memories, more mobility, more of everything that makes you, you. When it's about time, say, take me to Krauss.
All across America, families are choosing Time Warner Cable for a whole new experience.
We came back for internet speeds so fast, even the kids are impressed. Oh, she's impressed.
We're catching up on movies and shows on demand just as fast as we can watch them.
TWC's home Wi-Fi is so strong, we can use all our devices at the same time.
Call us today. You'll get 30 meg internet, TV, and phone for $89.99 a month, plus free installation, TV equipment, and Epics included. Call now.
HRS Construction is getting the job done right for you. Whether it's new windows, siding, kitchens, decks, or additions, HRS Construction delivers the highest quality and the best service. HRS Construction, getting it done right.
Been huge this month of February at Fusillo Hyundai of Schenectady, and you'll drive home happy. This will really make you happy, folks. You can drive home a brand new Elantra SE, $199 down, only $199 a month with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. These are the kind of savings you're going to find right now online and here 7 days a week during this month of February. It's leap year, and we are moving out the inventory. Hurry in, leap in. It's huge.
The Metro Mattress President's Day sale is our biggest event of the winter. Get 0% interest for 60 months on all Tempur-Pedic complete sets. Now through Monday, save up to 50% on a Simmons Super Plush Queen set, just $549. But hurry, our President's Day sale ends soon. Remember, only Metro Mattress gives you a 1-year sleep on it guarantee.
You'll love your perfect mattress, guaranteed. Metro Mattress.
Technology is a primary driver regarding safety implementation in the vehicle industry. We put intense focus on that within Hella. We looked at trying to find the right skill set and experience level across the industry, and we found that the ITT Tech programs provided a lot of that very good hands-on experience. We're always looking for dedicated team members who really want to be part of something larger than themselves.
Scholarships and financial aid are available for students who qualify. Call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web. ITT Technical Institute. Education for the future.
I see it, I see it.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire.
but Wen Hair Care. My hair hasn't looked or felt this good in years, and it's getting better and healthier and shinier and stronger every day.
Many lathering shampoos use harsh sulfates that can strip and damage your hair.
But Wen contains a perfect blend of ingredients, including natural botanicals, herbs, and extracts, making your hair shinier, softer, and fuller after just one use.
Just use Wen one time. You will not believe the results.
So call the number on your screen or go to usewen.com now. Use promo code WEN40 and get the new Wen Healthy Hair Care System, including $75 in free gifts and free shipping. A total value of over $200 for just $29.95.
Call or click now.
The Atlantic 10 Men's Basketball Championship.
Ball screen, get the big guy involved to roll.
Coulter missed. Had a good open look at that three. Well, Hines whips it to the left in the corner. Davis, he's got a three. Trey Davis, the senior out of Dallas, Texas. He had 18 points in the game against VCU. He's got 11 here. And Powell inside for a hammer. Sean Powell with 5 points off the bench for the Dukes.
Impressive finish again. Front court guys for Duquesne attacking the basket, finishing everything with two-hand tomahawk dunks.
Big screen up top. Pick and roll. Holloway doesn't get the ball. And Davis took the extra step, traveled, and a turnover for UMass.
Mason does a great job dropping a dime with a bounce pass and then a big strong finish with two hands in traffic. Great scorers are like great cab drivers. They know where they're going and they get it done in traffic, Timmy.
How did they get so far below the defender?
It's quite an art form, isn't it?
Do you know a shortcut?